Cowboys 2023. Will their best 17 rise to the top of the ladder, or will they struggle in 2023? This and more here at the Barry Charles Footy Show. And let's first off look at the teams, obviously, losses for 2023. Well, Tommy Gilbert, he'd be the biggest loss for mine out of the very much minimal losses. Ben Condon, very reliable player, so he's a loss. And Hamase Tabawai Fido, he struggled to make the team last year, but is still a very good player, and he should kick on at the Dolphins. The Gains, not much to write home with. James Tamel, he'll bring a bit of experience, but whether he plays full time, I think he may start the season, but whether he continues, a bit like Ryan James and some other players. Jack Gowalski and Shabaski, just to add a bit more depth to their squad. But let's have a look at their top 17. Well, Scott Drinkwater, he's fullback, pretty much picks himself. The whole backline picks itself. Like, there's no one pressuring him. Which, is that a concern? Yes, it is a concern. But we'll see how they go this season. Murray, Talaugi, Valentine Haynes, Peter Hiku, Kyle Fout, Tom Dearden, Chad Townsend. It's a solid 7 and consistent 7. They can be good or bad. Time will tell. I'm gone for James Tamel to start because I just think he's a starter. He's not really a bench player. He just has to start. Whether he stays in the team will be up to his form. Reese Robson and Jason Tomalolo. Then you got Jeremiah Nanai and Luciano Leilua with Ruben Cotter at 13. That's a solid squad, really is. It really is. And then you got Ben Hampton, who continues to just keep toiling away as a utility, and I think that's where he'll be. Jordan McLean, very good player to bring off the bench. Lukey and Cohen Hess. Then that's leaving out Griffin Neen, who's very consistent. Jake Granville, who can play a role if injuries come. Jake Owiski, Shibaki. I mean, there's some Jermaine Tanoa Brown. So there's some. They've got one of the strongest depth in the forward packs, that's for sure. The forwards go down. Have they got enough backs if they got injuries? That's probably another question. That's probably where they're lacking. If you really want to look for somewhere in the squad they're lacking is a little bit of depth in the backline, but when you got the lineup they've got, can you really complain? No. And that's why I see the Cowboys as the top 4 team in 2023 and possibly in the grand final. They're definitely the only my big concern though is complacency. Will they not much push from anyone to really get them into the thing? But maybe James Tamel can bring that little bit of experience that will push them up into the premiership window. So it's going to be interesting. Some people reckon they might have overplayed their hand last season, the Cowboys, but when you look at the squad, it's got the youth, it's got the experience, it's got all the writings of a premiership team. Just whether or not they can get to their next level and test out the Nathan Clearys, that's probably the thing. Chad Townsend's a good player, and solid player, but whether or not he can really do it in the big game. So that's going to be interesting to see how the Cowboys go. So the backline depth is a big query for the Cowboys. If you're looking for it, this is really nitpicking, to be honest. This is probably the only position there are really issues with. Todd Payton obviously doing a great job here with this Cowboys. But anyway, let's have a look at where your players can improve in 2023. Scott Drinkwater, he played very well. I think again he could probably do a bit more elusiveness with his plays and be a bit more passing game into his game, even though he's already got that, but just doing it at fullback. Kyle Fout and Murray, they just keep doing what they're doing. Valentine Holmes, well, he's a gunner, isn't he? And Peter Hiku, he's a very good defensive player and very handy to have in the squad. Tommy Dearden, can he keep continuing to rise and improve? This is what they need from him if they want to be a premiership force. Because I don't think Chad Townsend's going to go to another level, but Tom Dearden can. And that's what they need out of Tom Dearden to go to another level. Really be that very good running game player. If he does that, then look out. They're a chance to make the final. The forward pack, well, their forward pack is one of the best in the comp, to be honest. It's one of the best, and a lot of experience, and they have experience. They won't even be in the squad. That's why I like the Cowboys as a premiership hope, because they can break Jake Granville in, they can bring Griffin Neem, they can bring Jack Kowalski, they can bring Jermaine. They've got bundles of people that they can bring in especially in the back row and the forward pack. So they are covered there. Just obviously the back line. Reece Robson, was it a one-trick pony, or can he continue and deliver again this season? It's going to be the big. If they're going to be premiership hope, they're going to need him to play as good this year as well. Jeremiah Nana, can he keep improving? That's what you'd be hoping for. Luciano Leilua, a bit of a hot and cold player. Whether he is a starter continuing, it's going to be interesting to see if he can get the best out of him every week. Ruben Cotter, well, we know what you're going to get out of him. Ben Hampton, same thing, Mr. Reliable. Jordan McLean, interesting player. Can he get the best out of him? Because he's been a bit of a disappointment since he's gone there. Lukey's obviously going to be in there and about, and so is Cohen Hess. Cohen Hess was one of those players that was a star player, but he's sort of gone backwards. But he's going to be handy for the squad, no doubt about it. So they're obviously in with a shot. Yeah, to me, the Cowboys are right up there with the best in the comp. Obviously, Penrith are the top of the tree, and then you got the Cowboys, you got the Roosters, you got the Rabbitohs. These are the ones pushing the Sharks, and the Broncos aren't too far away. Storm, of course. So it's very, very much they're all trying to chase the Panthers, and the Cowboys are one of the better teams with chances of catching them. I still think the Panthers can win another comp. What they got, they've got the squad to maybe win another comp, but it's just whether or not the loss of Coruscant is going to be a big thing for them. But getting back to you Cowboys, to me, they are absolutely a top 4 team. They just got the squad. It's all written about it. They well and truly a chance of winning the premiership, and it'll just all to come down to luck and injuries, and whether Todd Payton can get the best out of Tommy Dearden for mine. I think Tommy Dearden and Scott Drinkwater, those two, and Reece Robson. So their spine is probably going to be their biggest. You know what you're going to get at Townsend, but the other three, are they going to be consistent and improve? That is what you need out of those players to go to their next level, to take on the likes of the Dylan Edwards, who is the solid player, the Jerome Luai, where the Tom Dearden can get that bit more indecisiveness into his game, is what desperately the Cowboys need if they want to go to the next level. But their forward pack is outstanding. It really is. I would just about say it's the best in the comp. I think it is. When you got some players that won't even make the team, they could easily be in the team. They're a big chance of going well in 2023. Yeah, so for me, the Cowboys are a top 4 squad and potentially a premiership squad. It'll just depend on if they can get their slight improvements out of those players, and Jeremiah Nanai continues to go upwards, and Lukey and those other players, they keep going upwards, they will be very good. Thank you for watching. We'll be back for another video very, very soon.